Good afternoon. It's Friday, the 30th of April, which means it's the last day of 30 books in 30 days, but also it means that tomorrow is the first day of May. And you would think that I would take some time away from reading for a little bit, but you would be wrong, because Jade has decided to do an impromptu 48-hour Raedathon this weekend, starting at midnight tonight. And I'm really excited, actually, because my aim was never to take any time off, on the basis that if I do, I will end up slumping hard. So my aim was to always pick something up this evening or first thing tomorrow so that I can get straight, but I don't need to get straight back into it, I never stopped, but you know, continue on this process of continuing to read. It's just that I will slow my pace down from what it's been during April, or so you would think. It's a 48-hour readathon, so my goal is not to add too many books to my TBR that I already have. Bookopoly, if you saw, I will link it here if you haven't seen it yet, but May's Bookopoly TBR has 6 books on Bookopoly's TBR, plus another 5 that I added on. 5 that I added on, plus another one that came through the post that I completely forgot I was getting because I'm on the tour for it and I just completely forgot. So 12 books in total in theory, but 6 on my Bookopoly TBR. So my aim is to read 3 of those off of my Bookopoly TBR if I possibly can, plus another 2. If at all possible, let me go through with you my thought process on this, because I want to kind of mix it up. This is going to go from midnight tonight through till Monday evening, because it's a bank holiday on Monday. So I do want this, it will include the 48-hour Raedathon, but it will include Monday as well. So this will be my TBR for the whole weekend, including Monday, but we'll see how much of this I can get through for the 48-hour Raedathon. So let's go through my plans. So the first thing I was thinking about picking up is not on my Bookopoly TBR, but it is a book I need to get to because it's the book I forgot was coming that I need to read and review, and it's Felix Ever After. How gorgeous is this packaging? I am obsessed. This is Felix Ever After. It does have a signed book plate with it and some badges and this cute little ribbon, and I am reading this to review later on in the month. I think it's the 26th of the month. Also, look at those sprayed edges, as if they're not some of the prettiest sprayed edges you've ever seen in your life. I do have this that I want to read, so that's one of the books that's not on my Bookopoly TBR. Another one that's not on my Bookopoly TBR and wasn't on my TBR, wasn't on my radar at all until I just thought about it, like just before I came to film this. I texted Jade to see if she was planning on reading this, and she's thinking about reading it this weekend. Whether or not she does, I'm not sure, but she is thinking about doing so, and I've heard about this book through Jade, but I thought it'd be nice to pick it up and just break things up a little bit, throw a middle grade in, something short and sweet, and that's Ramazia by Raedathon. I think that's how you pronounce the name. And this, I think, will be really, really quick and easy to get through, but cute as well. It's got full page illustrations and stuff, and I just think it's going to be gorgeous to get through. Really looking forward to this one. So this is a maybe, but I would like to pick it up. It might break the weekend up a little bit. So yeah, that's another option. Then my third option is on my Bookopoly TBR, and that is Heartstopper 4. It will be coming tomorrow morning. It's on its way from Waterstones. So that's another option, and again, it will break things up a little bit, break up the monotony. I probably should save that for later on in the month, but I really want to read it. So, and then my last 2 options are also on Bookopoly's TBR. So I've got Wind Witch by Susan Dennard, which the live show is next Saturday, if I remember correctly, Saturday the 8th, I think. So I really want to read this before then, and now's the perfect time to read this. And then following on from this, I have Sight Witch as well, which the live show for this one I assume won't be until June, but at least it will be done, and it's only short as well, so I might as well pick it up and get it done and dusted, read them both in the same weekend while my head is in that headspace. It makes more sense to me. So yeah, that's my plan. So, you know, a couple fantasies, a middle grade, a contemporary, a couple of contemporary YAs. So that'll mix it up a little bit. There's also going to be a graphic novel obviously here as well. So yeah, I feel like this is a nice mix. Whether I get through all of this, I don't know, but we can only see and hope, because a lot of the books on my TBR this month are very, very chunky. So my other option was to just go for one of the chunkier books on my TBR, but I kind of want to get through some of my Bookopoly TBR. So this is my option. And this is what I'm going to go for. I'm really excited. But I will see you back here at midnight and let you know what the plan is. Good morning, team. It is currently organised 20 past 10 in the morning and I haven't read anything yet. I ended up going out with a friend last night for a drink, last minute decision, and I didn't pick anything up. So we're gonna get a start on now, and we better get a shufti on because we're 10 hours into the readathon now and I haven't started anything. So my aim is to read 100 pages of this, then pick something else up and hopefully finish it, and then go back to this and read 100 pages and then do the same thing, and then go back to this and read 100 pages and do the same thing, and then go back to this and maybe finish it. Yeah, because that would work. 100, 2, 3, yeah, so that would work, so that I'm breaking it up with either Ramazia, Felix Ever After, or Heartstopper 4, because obviously I can't read Sight Witch until I finish this one. So I think that's my goal, because it will make me feel like I'm getting somewhere with everything, I think, unless I'm like super into this and then I'll just continue. But it makes me feel like I'm breaking things up a little bit. So that's my aim for today, as far as I can get, essentially, and obviously it will continue into tomorrow and then Monday as well. The F1 qualifying, there is an F1 race this weekend. It is Portimao in Portugal, and the qualifying is on at 3 o'clock, so I will be breaking to watch that 3 o'clock, but it's only qualifying, so it only takes about an hour. And then the race is tomorrow at 3 o'clock as well, so I'll be taking a couple of hours off reading for that as well. So I do need to get shufti on. I may stay up a little bit late tonight, but we'll see what happens. I just got a sweetie order in the post, so that should keep me going, which is nice. I have myself some breakfast, and I also have myself a sneak, so that'll keep me awake. And then I have a couple of parcels here, so let's open these and see what's inside. This one, obviously I know what it is because I bought it myself, and we're going to be reading it this weekend, hopefully. Oh, it's so pretty. So this is Heartstopper 4. It's so beautiful. It's so chunky. I'm really excited to continue on with this because I just love this series. It's so beautiful. This is a comic book which is done by Alice Oseman. It's queer and it's following Nick and Charlie, and they start off as friends, and then as you can see things go forth, and it's just adorable. These two are the sweetest and I just love it. It does cover other topics as well, things like mental health, bits of anxiety and depression, also eating disorders as well, so do be wary of that going in. They're not till a little bit later on in the series, but they are in here. But I just love this series. These two are adorable and I cannot wait to continue on with their journey. So yeah, hoping to read this weekend as part of Raedathon, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. So that's from me, and this one is from Harper 360, I think. Yes. So they sent an email out the other day with a bunch of arcs that they had going and asked us if we wanted any, so I put my options down and I wonder what I got. Essentially it's the luck of the draw. I put down like 5, so we'll see what I get. Ooh, okay, nice. Cool beans. This is the first time I've had one with the, you know, the black Advanced Readers Edition not for sale in the corner. First time ever I've had one of those, because they're usually on like the American editions. So yeah. Oh, this looks really cute. So this is Meet Cute Diary by Emery Lee. This is what I mean with this in the corner and then the date on the top. The UK paper, the UK arcs don't tend to come like that. So this on the back says, this fresh own voices rom-com about transgender teens' first real love is a must read for fans of Becky Albertalli, Aidan Thomas and Krista Forrest. I've read from Aidan Thomas before, but not the other two. I kind of want to drop everything and pick this up. This sounds incredible. I love me some fake dating. Not a fan of the love triangle trope, but I love fake dating. This sounds really, really adorable. Also, it's so floppy, and the cover is really, really pretty. And this comes out in May. I'm not sure what day. Let's double check the date for you. Oh, June 10th in the UK. Obviously it comes out in May in the States, so June 10th in the UK. So I may be able to put this on June's TBR in that case. In fact, this would be perfect for June's TBR because I want to read many queer books in June. So yeah, this would be perfect for them. It's just freaking adorable. Look at this cover. I am obsessed. Thank you so much to Hap360 for sending me this. I really, really appreciate it. So yeah, very excited indeed. So yeah, bit of book mail, bit of sweet mail, and I better get my ass into gear because I've got to get some reading done. So let's go. 100 pages of Witchlands. No, stop calling it that. 100 pages of Windwitch. Let's go see what I can do. Hello. Myself and Jade are about to go live. It's almost 1 o'clock. It's 4 minutes to 1 in fact, and we're going to go live on my channel. But I just wanted to give you a quick update. I have just edited a video and that is uploading now, which is cool. So I've managed to do that. It's a quick video, it's just fairly unboxing, and I have managed to read 157 pages of Windwitch as well. I am going to switch over to Remasia for the reading sprint and try and get through this, and then I will dip back into Windwitch. I did split this up into 3 sections, so I will read Remasia, then I'll read another 150 odd pages or so and get myself to like round the 300 page mark, and then I'll pick up Heartstopper Volume 4 and then finish this off. I think that's the plan for today, because I didn't want to start Felix Ever After and have to stop halfway through, so I will probably read that tomorrow. I think that's the plan. I am thinking I might not read Sight Witch though, because I've come into this and completely forgotten what happened towards the end of Truth Witch, so I'm having to try and jog my memory whilst listening to it. So I'm thinking I might save Sight Witch till later on in the month before the live show for Sight Witch, which will be in June. So I may pick something else up tomorrow, but we'll see for tomorrow and Monday, because I'm actually making really good progress on this on the basis that it's almost 1 o'clock and I'm 157 pages in so far. I'm a third of the way through. So yeah, really happy with my progress so far, but I'm going to go now and get ready for the live, and I will check back in with you in a little bit.
I don't wanna let you down. It's the only thing I think about every morning. You know my life ain't figured out, but I promise if you stick around it'll never get boring. We'll spend nights, cheap red wine, look at flats even though we can't afford them. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna lose you now. Will you stay even when you wanna walk away? When times get bad, we can learn to love what we have. I don't wanna let you down.
Hello, good evening. It's been a couple hours. It's now 25 to 10 in the evening. Myself and Jade were on sprints from 1 o'clock through till 7 p.m. 1 o'clock through till 7 p.m. So we were on sprints for 6 hours. In that time I managed to read quite a bit, but I also watched the F1 qualifying for the Portugal Grand Prix. Interesting start to the qualifying for Q3 and Q2, but Q1 was a little bit boring. quite frankly. Not much changed. So yeah, going to be an interesting race tomorrow, I think. The Red Bulls seem to be struggling on the track. The wind was not great today and causing a few problems for some of the cars. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Daniel Ricciardo is starting down in P16, which is very low for him. George Russell is starting in P11, which is nice and high for him, which is awesome. I'm hoping he might be able to get some points tomorrow. Please don't make any mistakes, gorgeous George. Fingers crossed, we'll see what happens. But anyway, so yeah, myself and Jade did some sprints, managed to get some decent reading done, and then she's doing Patreon sprints at midnight. She's currently on Read Rate Review's live show at the moment. So she's doing Patreon sprints at midnight, and I'm going to be joining her on those, which I'm really excited about. So yes, I am hyped. Let me give you an update on reading. So I managed to start and finish Rameza. I keep wanting to call it Ramazia. And Jade said I'm not the only one, because she's been doing the same. Rameza. I've given this 3 stars. This is a middle grade fairy tale retelling. It mixes 3 different fairy tales. So you'll mix in Rapunzel, Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty. However, the characters in this are called Rameza, who is Rapunzel, Cinderella for Cinderella, and then Sleeping Sarah for Sleeping Beauty. And these stories are different, very different. Well, not very different actually. The general gist is there. It's just that these are told from the perspectives of the young women, and they're all Muslim young women as well, which I think is really important, because you don't see this a lot really in fairy tales, and I think that a lot of young girls, young Muslim girls, are going to really see themselves in this book, and I think it's really, really great for them to be represented in a book like this, and in a fairy tale book nonetheless, because it's not something you see very often, more so maybe these days than when you used to back when I was a kid, but still not enough. So I think it's really good for representation in that sense. Also, the girls in here were really, really strong-willed girls, and I really, really enjoyed especially the Cinderella story, because something that happened in the back end of that, it was so good. I was literally cheering out loud. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's not one that would necessarily stick with me and be memorable for me, but I do think that it would be memorable for other young girls, definitely. I think that they would really, really appreciate it, appreciate seeing themselves represented, and also I just think it just sends a really good message, you know, and I just think it's a really great book. The illustrations are gorgeous. I did give it 3 stars. It's not one of my new favourite middle grades, but I do think that for some people it will be, and it's adorable and just such a beautiful book. So I really enjoyed it. 3 stars for this one, and that was my first book down for May, and also Raedathon. And then I have been reading Wind Witch as well, and I am on page 194 now. I don't think I'm much further on than when I last spoke to you, which I'm fairly certain was at the beginning of the reading sprints at 1 o'clock, in which I was 157 pages in. So I'm not that much further in, but I'm going to read for a little bit now, and then get ready to go on sprints a little bit later on with Jade. So yeah, not confident that I will fully finish this tonight. It probably will run into tomorrow a little bit, but come midnight when we start the sprints, I am going to jump over to Heartstopper, and I'm going to read this during the sprints because I really want to pick this up. So yeah, that's my plan. And then tomorrow I will go on to Felix Ever After, and if I finish both of these tomorrow, then I will pick something else up, which will either be probably In the Ravenous Dark, because I do need to read that before the 18th. I need to read and review it, and it's a physical read, there's no audiobook for it, or Black Wings Beating. So it would be one of those two. But yeah, I am going to carry on now reading this, and then I will check back in with you when I've got an update for you. But it may be before I go to bed, it may be tomorrow morning / afternoon, so we will see what happens. But yeah, I'm going to go and carry on with this, and I will check back in with you when I've something to update you on. Hello, very quick update before I go to bed, just to let you know what I'm up to. It is 3:15 in the morning. I've just come off Patreon sprints with Jade, and I managed to finish Wind Witch by Susan Dennard, which I'm really, really happy about. I have managed to nail this and also Rameza today, which is pretty cool. That was my goal for today, but also Heartstopper 4. However, I did slow down a little bit in the afternoon. Obviously, I took an hour out to watch the F1 qualifying, and then I took an hour or two out while I had some food. So yeah, I'm still really happy though, considering I didn't start reading till about 11. I'm really happy with my progress today. So managed to finish Wind Witch and Remazer. This I gave 3 stars. This one I gave 4. I really enjoyed the second installment in this series, and I'm excited to continue with this series. So yeah, having a great time so far. I also picked up Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. There were like 20 minutes left of the last sprint to go, because my book, I only had 9 minutes left of the audio. So I picked this up and I managed to get here, which is page 1068, because this is a comic series online. It's a webcomic series that's been published in book format, and the pages just carry on like throughout the book. So all 4 books just continue with the pages. So I don't know how many pages that is in, but I'm not far off halfway through, to be fair. I'm not going to carry on with this now. I was going to, but I'm so tired. I'm going to take it up to bed with me and actually start my morning with this tomorrow. I think it will be perfect to wake up, do like my morning routine of pee and brush my teeth, get back in bed and finish this off, and then get up, have a shower and start my day. I feel like this will be a perfect way on a Sunday morning to start my day. So that's my plan in the morning. So yeah, I had a great day today with my reading so far. I'm having a really good time, so I'm gonna go to bed because I'm really fucking tired, and I will see you in the morning and give you an update when I have something to update you on. Good afternoon. It is Sunday. I wanted to say Saturday, I don't know why. It's Sunday and it's currently 2:45, so the F1 race will be starting in 15 minutes. They're currently doing the what are they currently doing? The national anthem. The national anthem, that was a struggle. So I thought I would just come and do a quick update before I break for the F1 race and let you know how I've been getting on. So I finished Heartstopper this morning. I didn't finish it in bed. I actually got up later than I was hoping to because I was really friggin' tired last night. My Asda delivery came really early as well, so that was cool. So yeah, I finished this. I did cry. This was beautiful. This really hits heavy with the eating disorder and mental health rep in here, anxiety massively, huge depression rep in here as well. So just be wary of that going in case those are triggers for you, but it was really well represented. I can't speak for the eating disorder, but I can speak for the anxiety and depression. Really well represented, so beautiful. The illustrations are gorgeous. The story is just forever beautiful, and I cannot wait for Heartstopper 5. But I love these characters. Alice does such a great job with them, and yeah, I cried. It got 5 stars. It was beautiful. I loved it. So glad that I've read it. And then I went on to Felix Ever After by Case and Calendar, and I'm currently 103 pages into this. I wanted to get to page 100 before the F1 race, which I managed to do, so I'm really happy about that. This is really interesting. We're following Felix, and basically he is at a private school and he is struggling. He's struggling massively with lots of different things. So he's struggling with the fact that he's never been in love and he really wants to be, and he's struggling with just generally being at school and the pressures of being at school and wanting to get into this college. Like, he wants to get into Ivy League college, and the pressures of all of that as well, but also the pressures of being transgender and having to come to terms with that, and having his dad struggle with coming to terms with it as well, things like that. So we're going through the motions of this, but Felix has just been outed. Let me just double check that this isn't a spoiler. Yeah, Felix has just been kind of outed. It's not like it's a secret that he's transgender, but he's at college one day. He goes in and all of his pictures with his dead name and everything, his previous pictures with his dead name from his Instagram account, are all over the school, and he's obviously completely heartbroken, really devastated, really gutted about it, and he thinks that it's a certain person in school, and now he's trying to get back at this person by making a fake profile on Instagram and trying to get a secret out of them so that he can embarrass them back. And I think this is going to go in a direction, as far as I'm aware, this is going to to go in a direction that, what he doesn't count on his catfish scenario landing him in a quasi love triangle. So yeah, I can see where this is going. I don't know how I feel about it, but we'll see what happens. But so far, I'm enjoying it. Really interesting, really enjoying it so far, and I can't wait to carry on with this as soon as the F1 has finished. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to sit and watch the F1. I have some chocolate, I've got dairy milk Oreo sandwich, and I also have my pick and mix in my... I couldn't find a Tupperware big enough to hold my pick and mix. So yeah, gonna munch for a little bit, watch the F1, and then continue with Felix Ever After, hopefully finish this evening, and then I'm really hoping that maybe I can finish that before Jade's sprints tonight. If not, I'll finish it during the sprints, and then I'm going to move on to In the Ravenous Dark. So yeah, really excited, having a really great day, really having a really great day, and really enjoying, honestly, just really enjoying the queer books. I'm having such a good time. So yeah, I'm gonna go and get ready for the race, and I will check back in with you, and I've got something to update you on.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's the Portuguese Grand Prix, round 3 in 2021. Lewis Hamilton leads the championship by 1 point. Flag at the back of the grid. We're all set for the Portuguese Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go.
Good afternoon. It is Monday. I have wet hair. I've not long since got out the shower. It's later on Monday. I'm not feeling good today at all. I slept like shit last night and I felt horrendous this morning. It's 4 o'clock and I have been awake for about an hour and a half. So that's how my Monday's going. I wanted to give you an update on reading. I can't remember what I last updated you on, so we're going to tell you that I finished Felix Ever After yesterday, which I gave 4 stars. This was really good. I really enjoyed it. I feel like a lot of people will feel themselves represented in here, and I think it's great for the queer community that this book does that. It's really good. Really enjoyed Case and Calendar's writing style and the story that they had to tell. I thought it was fantastic. So yeah, I gave this 4 stars. It was really good. Highly recommend. And then I did start last night as well, In the Ravenous Dark. I didn't get that far in. I got 42 pages into this. So far this is good. I hadn't realised how heavy it would be on the blood magic, but so far it's good and I am enjoying it. We will see how long it takes me to read this because I'm physically reading it. We all know I don't enjoy physically reading fantasy, but so far it's good. It just might take me a little while, that's all. So yeah, this will run into next week's reading vlog because obviously I'm not going to finish it today. My intention is to continue reading this today and try and get to page 100 if I can, but we'll see how I feel. I feel very nasally and headachy, so we'll see how I get on. I'm just going to wake myself up a little bit, have some water and eat some food. So yeah, I'm going to go and I will check back in with you, probably with a wrap up later, let you know how I've got on this weekend. But yeah, I'll see you in a little bit. Good morning, team. It is Tuesday. I am not well again. Who's surprised? I have a migraine today, so I'm not feeling very well, but I need to wrap this reading vlog up so that I can get it edited and updated. So let's do that now. I obviously have read a reasonable amount because we did the Impromptu 48hr Raedathon, which I had a really good time with. It was super chill and I feel like I got loads done. I was super productive, so really happy about that. And then obviously yesterday was Bank Holiday Monday, so I got a little bit of reading done then as well. Not as much as I was hoping for, because I wasn't well yesterday either. So let's go through what I read. The first thing that I completed was Rameza by Raedathon. This is a middle grade fairy tale retelling of both Rapunzel, Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty, but with a twist, and I really enjoyed this. I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. It was really good. Had a great time with this one. Then I read Heartstopper Volume 4 by Alice Oseman. I gave this 5 stars. This was incredible. Really enjoy this graphic novel. Highly recommend if you are into your queer contemporary anything, to be perfectly honest, but graphic novels especially. This is beautiful. It does deal with quite a lot of mental health, so anxiety, depression, also eating disorders, so do be wary of that going in if those are triggers for you. But it's done with really, really well. Alice has got this really great way of dealing with things like this. So yeah, really enjoyed this. 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read Wind Witch by Susan Dennard, which I gave 4 stars. I'm really enjoying this series at the moment and having a great time reading along for the Witchlands Along, which is hosted by Jade from Jade Ray Reads. I'll leave a link to her channel down below if you want to go and check her out if you haven't already. What are you doing? But I really enjoyed this. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. Really having a good time continuing on with this series and being able to chat to Jade about it to make sure that I know what the hell's going on, because that really helps. But yeah, really enjoying it, having a good time, and cannot wait to continue on with the series. Then I read Felix Ever After by Case and Calendar, and I gave this one 4 stars as well. I really enjoyed this one. It was great, written so beautifully. So many things dealt with in this that I think were done really, really well. Obviously not Own Voices reviews, so do go and check those out if you need to do so. But yeah, I thought this was brilliant. Really, really enjoyed this one. So 4 out of 5 stars for Felix Ever After. And then finally, I did pick up In the Ravenous Dark by A.M. Strickland. This is a queer fantasy that I'm reading for Pride Book Tours. It was sent to me by the publishers, so thank you to Hodder for sending me a copy of this, and I will be reviewing this on the 18th of May on my Instagram, which is linked down below if you want to go and check it out. But I managed to get to page 115 in this, so I'm really enjoying this. So basically in Thernopolis, where this is set, magic is very, very rare, and if you have it, you are very closely guarded and assigned an undead, what do they call them? Undead spirit who watches over you. So we are following Rovan, whose father died when she was a child, keeping this secret that she has magic, and basically several years later an accident happens in which she exposes herself and her freedom comes to an end. She's brought to the royal palace against her will, and then she is intrigued by 2 people that she cannot fully trust. The first one is Lydia, who is a princess, and the second one is Ivrilos, who is the handsome, powerful spirit that has been assigned to her. And together they uncover a secret that could destroy Thernopolis, both the underworld and the normal world, the undead world and the normal world, and she has to decide whether or not to trust the princess and the undead spirit who is guarding her, and try and save both the underworld and the normal world and start a rebellion essentially. But both Lydia and Ivrilos are fighting for Rovan's heart as well. So I'm really excited about this one. I've really been enjoying it so far. As you know, I tend to struggle physically reading fantasy because I trip over the words a lot and things like that, and I just get really hung up on making sure I'm pronouncing things properly, which I very rarely am, and I'm fully aware of that, and I do apologise all the time where I can. But I'm really enjoying this now that I'm into the characters and the world and stuff. I'm really getting into it, and my pace is picking up, which is great. So maybe it won't take me up until review day to actually read this, but overall I'm really, really enjoying it. It's really good, so I'm intrigued to see where it's going to go and what's going to happen with this. So I'm looking forward to continuing on with this one for the rest of the week. I'm hoping to finish it on this upcoming week actually. Fingers crossed I can, but we'll see. So yeah, that's what I managed to read throughout the weekend. The bank holiday weekend anyway, because obviously I'm including Monday in that because I was off. Well, I'm only in work 2 days a week anyway, but still. So yeah, I was really happy with what I managed to read this weekend, and I had a great time as well with the Impromptu 48hr Raedathon. So yeah, really happy. And also, not only that, but Witchwind, every single time I want to say Witchlands, Witchwind and Heartstopper Volume 4 are both on my Bookopoly TBR, of which I only had 6 books, and In the Ravenous Dark is also on there. So I'm not quite halfway through my 3rd book off of my Bookopoly TBR, which I'm really happy about, because the next 3 are Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, The Crown of Gilded Bones, which are not short books, but Psywitch is, and that was the other one. So yeah, had a really good time. Please let me know in the comments down below if you took part in the 48-hour Raedathon and what you read, what your favourite book was. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was okay. I don't know what footage I have until I come to edit it. Standard, really. And I shall see you next time. Bye for now.